Exactly.
Period. I think that's fantastic. Good for them. Way to turn it into some fun. Okay, out at Avila Beach, our weather watcher on patrol right now. Wow, what a warm day, and it's going to continue tomorrow. I think temperatures come back a little bit. It's still going to be much above average. But then as we get into Thursday and Friday, the temperatures really make one final push before this pattern breaks down a little bit. Heat advisory, this is really interesting. This was scheduled to drop at 5 o'clock. They extended it through 8 o'clock. Why? The relief is not developing from the sea breeze, really slow across the area. Fire weather watch for LA and Ventura County all the way down into deep Southern California for offshore winds are going to develop as we get into Thursday and Friday, and some of the gust potential here is 50 plus miles per hour and hot and extremely dry. So again, fire weather watch there. Fire weather warning in Northern California already going into place tomorrow. Northeast winds 15 to 25, gusting to 30 and 40 miles per hour. So this is why everybody's on fire alert, and it's also why they're talking about, again, maybe turning the power off before fires can develop in a few sensitive areas. 88 Paso right now, it's 82 in San Luis and 76 in Santa Maria. There are onshore breezes, but it's not doing much to pull temperatures down. Sure, Lompoc's at 72, but it's still 77 at Los Osos. And you can see at the coast, the winds are really only about 3-4 miles per hour. In San Luis, it's northwest at 18, but it's not more westerly. If it were more westerly, we could be dragging in a bit more of that cooler air. So again, that's why we extended the heat advisory for today. The air's pretty dry. The dew point in Paso is 43, 40 in San Luis Obispo for this time of day, this time of year. These are pretty low numbers. They're not incredibly low, but low enough to mention here. We went through this in first weather. I'm not going to read them all off again, but to basically wrap this up, just a few degrees shy of really long-standing records today, with a good run at nearly 100 degrees in San Luis and Santa Maria and Santa Barbara. Offshore winds get going again later on tonight. Local gusts up to 20 and 25 miles per hour, but generally the push is going to be about 10 to 15 out of the northeast. And again, we see that developing later Wednesday night. We'll get a little better sea breeze tomorrow, so we're going to pull temperatures down a little bit. But again, as we get into Thursday and Friday across Southern California, big winds there. And here as well, we're going to see that offshore get basically reinforced as we get into Thursday and Friday. You can see the jet stream is well out of the way here. This huge ridge pumps up as we get into Thursday and Friday, and that's going to drive the most extreme weather before a cool down on Sunday and Monday. But the thing is, when I looked at the long-term models, there isn't much hope for rain for the rest of this month. I think this ridge pattern redevelops later next week as well, keeping us in this locked-in, dry, and warmer than average pattern, which again raises long-term fire risks. Mid-80s and about 90 degrees for much of the Central Coast tomorrow and the interior valleys. And again, this is a dramatic cool down from today, but all of these numbers are above average. Beaches again will stretch back into the upper 70s and low 80s. 80 Cayucas, 78 Cambria, 92 San Miguel. But again, the extended forecast tomorrow may be off a little, but we could jump nearly 10 degrees on Thursday. Friday is still really hot, and then cooling down as we get into the weekend, and Monday of next week, probably the coolest day before we start warming again. Richard, Karina, back to you.